the final major of the year. In 1999, Tiger came to the PGA at Medina still in search of a second major win, 2 years after his first. All that stood in his way was a young Spaniard styling himself on Seve. A hop, a skip and a jump down the fairway, and Sergio had stolen the hearts of the fans.
That's a heck of a move right there. A good vertical left.
All of a sudden, Woods was up against it with a slim one-shot lead. On the 17th green, he faced one of the defining moments of his young career.
Beautiful.
Tiger tamed a frightening downhill 8-footer for par and claimed a one-shot victory. At the 2002 PGA at Hazeltine, Woods was under the lip of a fairway trap, 200 yards short. Against a 30-mile-an-hour wind, Tiger unbelievably found the green with a 3-iron. He calls it one of the best shots he's hit in his life. Almost inevitably, a perfect putt followed, but it was only good enough for second behind Rich Beem. At the 2007 PGA Championship at Southern Hills, Tiger started with a disappointing 1 over 71. Come round 2 though, everything changed. Woods put together a blistering performance to match the scorching weather, holing out from anywhere and everywhere. He was so close to a 62 and the lowest round at a major, but this putt wouldn't drop. However, he still went on to win the title by 2. Woods was at his best the year before at Medina. Classic, clinical golf.
And no one can take the heat like Tiger Woods.
Not only did Woods finish 18 under to secure his 12th major, but he made just 3 bogeys in 4 rounds.
It's just so cool. It really is.
Woods won his 3rd straight major at Valhalla in 2000. Part of that celebrated Tiger Slam. A 6-footer at the last earned a playoff with Bob May, who wasn't going to make it easy.
He's got some pretty good speed on it right here. He's got some really good speed on it. How about this shot? How about this par?
It's eminently holeable, and it certainly wouldn't surprise me the way things are going here.
So Woods had his birdie putt to take the edge in a 3-hole playoff. He prowled, sizing up the task. What we got was one of the iconic clutch putts in major history.
Oh, he's running after it. He ran after it. He got there before the ball did. I don't believe it. Here we go. Now watch it. Right there. I got it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
Amazing. And the PGA title was his 2 holes later.
Wasn't that amazing? It's every time I watch that, I really feel it's incredible. What's also even more amazing is that I can't believe that one of the most famous and the richest people in the world in the early 21st century would be a golfer who's part white, part Afro-American, and part Asian. So as you can see that our society definitely has become a lot more diverse, and even our president in the White House is Afro-American now. And so it's really becoming more and more interesting. But sometimes it's also confusing when you have overlapping information. Take Hispanic, for example. Hispanic isn't really a race, but rather an ethnic group. And many Hispanics also report themselves as either white or black, depending on their own cultural family background, and so on and so forth. So sorting it all out is really not easy, but this is where math has something to do with it. In this chapter, we're going to learn something called the set theory. And one of the most interesting things about the set theory is the Venn diagram. The history of set theory is that it wasn't really getting developed for a long time until about in 1880, it finally began to emerge as a very interesting sub-branch of mathematics. And this guy right here, this angry-looking guy, his name is John Venn, and in 1880, he published a paper that talked about the Venn diagram. So he created this concept that basically you can put one group of people, say, in a circle, and then you put another category of another set of people. So it could be different races, could be different ages, could be sexes, any kind of category. And then when there are overlapping elements in these two groups, and that can be interpreted with this graph by this middle part that I'm shading. So it's as simple as that. And of course, when you have more complex issues such as race, you can create more circles like this circle right here. Let's read through this. Because race and ethnicity are self-reported in a variety of different ways, it's difficult to find detailed data on the breakdown of races, but there are some reasonable estimates out there. The following estimates were cobbled together from a number of different sources. In a group of 1,000 randomly selected Americans, 777 would be self-reporting as white, 139 as black, 149 as Hispanic. In addition, 19 would self-report as black and white. 18 would report as black and Hispanic, and 85 would report as white and Hispanic. And if I think back of my Venn diagram, I know anywhere when there are two category overlap represented by the and, black and white, black and Hispanic, white and Hispanic, I would have a shaded area. So we'll see how we're going to do that. Finally, 7 would self-report as all 3. Oh my goodness. So we're going to see how we're going to handle that later on in the chapter, but you will be able to answer all 4 of these questions in your notebook. For now, I just want you to give it a try and see if each of these circles represents a race, and how can you make the math right so that these shaded areas, I can use red here, right? There are 3 parts that's shaded, but notice that there's also a part right here, that has all the, this part. Let's see if I can do this with black. Oops, do I have black? No, I do. I should have black. No, I don't have black, sorry. Okay, there we go. Now I have black. This part right here is the only part that has all 3, I believe, because part A here would have just blue and pink. Blue and green is represented by this brown part here. I call it B. And then C, I call it black here. I'll shade this black part. Has all 3 colors in there. See if you can place the numbers in there and make sure that they're right. Give it a try. This will be your mastery quiz. And then once you finish that, you should be able to answer all of these questions. If you can't get it right, it's okay. Ask your friend, see how far you can get. And later on in the chapter, we're going to come back and discuss Venn diagram in a lot more details later. Okay? Thank you guys. See you in class.